It's so easy to hack people these days. And if you have to change your passwords, all that stuff, and links get out. But it's the same thing if you think about it with a cleaner. You're sharing your information with the whole company. And you only know the person that's coming to your house, but the whole company knows how to get into your house anytime they want to. And so that in itself is a problem that I don't think anybody really thinks of.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Awesome Inc.'s podcast, where we highlight people pursuing their definition of, you guessed it, awesome. So buckle up and get ready for some more success story adventures and failures from Kentucky's tech and entrepreneur community. Hey, y'all. Thanks for tuning back into this episode of the Awesome Inc. podcast. I'm sitting down with two fine young gentlemen under the age of 50 at least. That are here to talk about their company, CleanSpace Corporation. And more importantly, they rocked this past Five Across in August 2023, took home the W, and Aram, who I just gave your name away, apologies. He was thought that he might have won the Kentucky Derby based on his very nice suit, and then was given a ball cap as a part of the winning prize. But we had a great time. Then we went downtown, or I guess past downtown, to the Lost Palm Hotel and Bar, and I had a little cocktail hour to celebrate afterwards, which was a first. And that was a really cool venue. So appreciate you getting that together. We had a great time. But a little background, Aram, we met probably 6 to 9 months ago. You started coming around the Awesome Inc. space, coming to Five Acrosses. You just came back from a summer retreat, and your team won all the competitions at summer retreat. So you just happen to be on a winning streak. I know, Eric. He's a go-getter.
Oh, yeah.
So that sounds like every family or a Family Guy extra character. So sitting down with Aram Street and Eric Griffin of CleanSpace Corporation.
What up?
Yeah, why don't you guys go give a little intro of who each of you are, what CleanSpace does, and then we will talk a little bit about your Five Across experience. So, Eric, why don't you take it away? Yeah, who are you?
Well, that's a big question, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
I love this already.
Who am I? Well, that's a big question for another time. The real question is, who am I connected to CleanSpace? So, about a year and a half ago, I met Aram in a church bathroom. He asked me out for coffee.
In a church bathroom.
Yeah, in the church bathroom.
Well, we did the coffee elsewhere, but...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. He wanted me to help him design his website. So I was like, okay, sure. Why not? Before then, I had ran a web development business for about 10 years. So I know my way around building a website. But so I got to know his business, and as I was getting to know his business, I realized he was having all these other issues. He kept complaining about using a bunch of different apps and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, well. And then I had this epiphany in the bed, getting ready to go to sleep, trying to go to sleep because my newborn.
Oh, newborn, little Joey.
Yeah, his name is Josiah. So you got it right.
Oh, that was a good guess. Little JoJo.
Little JoJo. Anyway, so I had the epiphany for CleanSpace. I originally thought that I was going to be for LexClean, but Aram didn't think that was going to work out, even though I still think it would have. But it's all good.
Yeah.
On my way back from door dashing one night, I called him up, February. I was like, yo, man, I'm going to do this. Are you in? Literally my words.
Yep.
Very classic.
Cool.
He's like, yeah, boy.
Let's do it. That's actually what it probably
That's
said.
what you said. That's what you said.
That's wonderful.
So I've been in web development for about 15 years. I've done a lot of things. I'm a little of a jack of all trades. I know a little bit about I know enough about stuff to make you think that I know a lot about stuff, but I probably don't know anything.
Cool. Know enough to get started, then he'll figure it out along the way. That's good stuff. Well, that's your background. Thanks for sharing. Aram, what about yourself, man? What's your background? How'd you end up in Kentucky? tell me like what's your shoe size, your favorite dessert, just help people get to know who you are.
Who's your barber?
Who's your barber?
Barber is Angela at Faded off Tate's Creek.
Angela
Center.
from Faded. Okay, cool.
Love you, Angela.
There's a couple other stylists there as well, so they're all quite good.
You also got the gimpy microphone stand, so you might need to pull it up. I apologize. We'll need to reach out to Gator microphone stands, and maybe they can ship us a new one.
Shoe size is 9.5. Favorite dessert is creme brulee.
Oh my gosh, where's your favorite creme brulee in town?
Oh, probably Les Deauville.
Where's that?
Oh yeah, they make a good one
off of Limestone.
What are you doing this weekend? You want to lay Deauville?
What's your last time? Just a social.
Anytime. They also have good duck breast, and if you like duck, that's the place to get it.
I don't think I've had duck.
Dude,
what are you doing? What are you doing tonight?
We're doing it.
You got kiddos. You got all.
I have company coming in tonight. But we'll do it sometime.
We'll do it soon.
Weekend.
Yeah, I'd love to get some creme brulee with you.
Yeah,
that'd be sweet.
All right,
and then Eric can just watch.
Like I'm right now in this conversation.
You're just like, okay, this sucks. All right, cool. Well, this
So I came to Lexington about 11, 12ish years ago, and came down here in a whim. Didn't really know what I was going to get into. I ended up working full-time for a family as what's called a house manager. It's basically a North American term for butler. So I worked on a big house on a horse farm, just kind of managing the estate, and then did that for 8 years. And then in 2020, left that to start a cleaning company, which was LexClean. Started in residential, and then we added commercial, so we do just about everything now. And that's where Eric and I ended up meeting shortly after that, and it's like, hey, can you do a website for us? And then he's like, hey, CleanSpace. I'm like, sounds great. And here we are.
Cool.
That's great. I have a question.
Uh-oh.
Did the big house have lots and lots of room?
Yeah. They had fewer actual rooms, but they were all really big.
Just like big open spaces?
25,000 square feet. Like it was big. 18th century French architecture.
Okay. Did they have a suit of armor in one of the rooms?
No.
Okay.
No, that wouldn't have been bad somewhere, but
that could have been cool.
That wasn't the taste, I guess.
I like that. Well, to save a little bit of time, this is just going to be the recap of your fibercross experience. So I'm telling you now, on the fly or on the air, that we will do a CleanSpace full episode sometime in the near future, and we can schedule that. But just for this sake, again, a couple of days after your fibercross experience. Man, was a blast. You guys brought the energy, had a lot of fun. The fact that you ran and jumped on stage, I loved that. It was just electric.
All you needed was a jetpack.
Yeah, that would have been
That's
fun.
The next upgrade.
That shot out like clean, I don't know, clean solution, propelled you up in the air. We can work on that. So, let's talk a little bit about CleanSpace a little more in depth. So, from what I know, that your company, solves a problem of relieving time and stress for owners who don't want to do the basic day-to-day functionality on spreadsheets, and then, fill in the areas for where they can do home cleaning, etc. So, Eric, you said you built a piece of software, a website. What's the goal of CleanSpace? Are you trying to build a, more of a residential focused company, commercial, still a blend? Yeah. What's a win from you, maybe from the initial vision of CleanSpace? And then Aram, again, high level.
Sharing the whole vision.
Yeah, that's fine. Just give a couple breadcrumbs, and then Aram, would love to hear maybe you highlight some of the points that you shared in your pitch the other day. Just maybe 2 or 3 things about CleanSpace, and then we'll talk more about the experience for you guys. So, sweet. CleanSpace is a company. Maybe just a couple things you guys are working towards, and then really where this problem originated from.
Well, the problem originated, honestly, like I said, I had this epiphany moment.
In bed. Little Joey. Screaming, Dad!
Yeah, 100%. And we got started on it. I'm not going to share with you my 20-year vision.
That's fine.
But yeah, we're really focused on residential, commercial. We're moving into that. And we really want to give quality and kind of an integrity back to the cleaning industry, because a lot of the cleaning industry it's kind of dicey, or it can be dicey sometimes, and you're really putting your trust in people that you don't know with your stuff, the codes to your house, security and all of that. And those are problems that especially security, you never think about that. It's so easy to hack people these days. And if you have to change your passwords, all that stuff, and leaks get out. But it's the same thing if you think about it with a cleaner. You're sharing your information with the whole company. And you only know the person that's coming to your house, but the whole company knows how to get into your house anytime they want to. And so that in itself is a problem that I don't think anybody really thinks of. So that's just that's kind of and that's the thing with when you get started with something like this, you kind of uncover a lot of hidden problems.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so CleanSpace, we want to address all those things, and that's what we're really working on. And going forward, we are focused on, like I said, residential and commercial, but there's a lot of different pivots and a lot of different ways that we could pivot with this. So, Aram, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to jump in real quickly. I think that's a really unique point that you mentioned, the security, the overall well-being, maybe like the mental comfort of trust. That's I have never once thought about, because we have had some people come clean our home, which has been great. You know, it's a really awesome service. It takes a load off you, like you guys have shared about. But just the thought of, I don't have to worry about anybody who comes in our home. You remove that sort of stress. That's a really cool value add. I've never thought about it. So thanks for sharing that. All right, Dr. Doolittle. I don't know why I said that, but yeah, share a little bit about your fiber cross experience, what you guys shared about CleanSpace. Maybe going into the pitch competition as well. What's one thing that you really wanted to make sure that you conveyed well to the judges?
One thing in particular. Let's see. I guess, it's that whole deal of a unique idea, right? These pitches they come about because someone had an idea for something that they think is unique, right? We're not trying to reinvent the wheel here, but we have something new to share. And I think obviously fiber cross being a 5-minute pitch, you really don't have a lot of time to unpack, right? You got to get it in. So it was just a matter of as quickly and as concisely as we could convey what this was about and how we were going to change the market and what was different from what's already in the market. So I don't know if that's really 3 things. I'm not sure if there's one thing in particular, but yeah, it was really about conciseness and clarity. And that's what's fun about fiber cross, right? Is if you had an hour, we could just ramble on and on. But the fact that you've got to get it in 5 minutes means you've really got to know what's going on and how to convey it. And so we went through this a lot and really honed it down. So that we had a lot of wonderful, wonderful feedback from some great coaches that helped us get this thing clean, so to speak.
And I know that you've done a lot of work with Daniel Dutchin, who is phenomenal entrepreneur, investor here in town. So we're grateful. And I got to talk with him a little bit afterwards. Grateful for coaches, we'll use that phrase, who have achieved some success, and people can define success whatever they want to be. But as a business owner, investor, then is willing to pour back into the next generation, which again, like that's just what makes life fun, relationships. Let me ask you this. You guys are a business. How do you guys make money? What's maybe something that also sets you apart from some of your guys' competitors?
Why don't you take this one, Aram?
Well, we make money through subscription. Okay. So it's month-to-month subscription sales. And we also have a percentage that we take as a platform fee on all the transactions that run through the app.
Cool.
But our primary projections were all built on that subscription model.
Sweet.
So that's how the money's made.
Yeah. Sub.
Yeah. Nice. I think I asked another question, but I forgot. So we'll move on.
Something about how it's different.
Yeah. Eric, do you have like a 1 or 2 liner thing well, you kind of said it earlier with the trust, but anything else that stands out?
I would say what really sets us apart from the competitors is our primary focus on the customer experience.
Cool. Like that. Well, last question for me, and then we'll wrap it up. Maybe we go do something fun. Maybe get some creme brulee early. Not 9 in the morning.
5,
okay, so. Never mind. We got to wait a little while. So again, fiber cross is a really unique experience. I'm grateful to say that part of the Awesome Inc. team. We've been doing these for over a decade. I think we said it was the 80-something event that we had. So we only do a handful of these a year.
Sold out.
Yes, first one that's ever sold out. And if you couldn't tell, the top of the Chase building, the main event space, was kind of waving, up in the sky.
It was a little wobbly up there.
It was just wobbly because there were so many people. Yeah, no, we had over 320, which was again a great turnout. And again, just cool that there's different organizations. You know, we had Fifth Third as the presenting sponsor, and then Kinetic, who's the title sponsor for the entire year of
Very
Five Across.
fast internet.
Yeah, very fast internet. Grateful for them. And we're using their internet right now, so that's pretty cool. And then you know, just cool that we had the University of Kentucky E-Club, Entrepreneurship Club, their SEAM program, which is hopefully future entrepreneurs that come from the university. We had some of the Asbury crew that came out that are focused in business and entrepreneurship. And then we had one of our partners, Boom Kentucky, Kyle Wilson, great and funny guy. My goodness. He is doing a lot of work to pour into high schools in the Eastern Kentucky, Southeastern Kentucky part of the state, and brought almost 100 students out. So just cool is that there's a lot of exposure coming through. So you guys are getting to impact hopefully the next Five Acrossers that will participate. Aram, tell me this: what was one of the main things you noticed about Five Across, and now reflecting on the event? What's one of the main things that you're grateful for? And then Eric, also want to go to you. I know that you did not pitch, but tell me something about being a part of the business team. What was something that you were able to pick up and maybe even appreciate from the environment? So let's go to you first.
Are we talking about the environment of Five Across?
Yeah, Five Across.
First of all, I love Five Across.
He loves it. He loves an inanimate object.
Yeah. I would say the overall vibe that I love about it is I love that. Well, the one on the Chase building, there's beer available.
There is beer.
Wonderful venue.
It's a great. But I think the best. One of my best experiences was probably the last one. Before this one, and it was when you guys had your it was like you guys were doing your developer conference where like with all the kids in
the boot
here.
Camp.
Yeah, the boot camp.
Yeah.
That was great. I was up at a little booth and eating my sandwich, and I got surrounded by all these great kids just asking me there was so good questions. Okay. Better questions
than adults ask.
Than adults ask. Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, that was the one in the summer. That was with the Governor School for Entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
It was GSC. Okay, that's great.
It was hit with all these questions like back and forth. And I'm like, whoa, these are so, I'm like, what are you guys working on? And they were working on some really cool idea. Yeah. I'm like, wow, that's actually a really good idea. I can see where that's going.
It's fantastic.
I would say that's one of my favorite things about, I mean, if we can get back to the original question, but overall, I would say that's one of my favorite things. Just it's how this event really, really is kind of impacting and pushing the next generation. I would say, and encouraging them, because that's something I didn't have growing up. So that's one of my favorite things: the opportunity, the ability, just for myself, because I felt like I was like, wow, I am in a position just. I can actually share some of my wisdom if I have any wisdom, but I can share something, you know?
That's cool.
It's awesome.
But, you know, that's one of my favorite things I think I like about that. But this past event, I think the vibe was just awesome. I have to say I was a little bit, I took a breath of fresh air.
Okay.
Because up to that point I was like,
I'm good, dude. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think it was just electric, honestly, the whole night.
It really was.
Lost Palm partying with the punch bowl.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The punch bowl.
You guys are too much. I love that. Well, Aram, I've asked you probably 40 questions. It's really the same 2 or 3 questions asked in a different way. Again, Five Across experience, maybe some of the things that you're excited after the event, and then also one thing that might have stuck out while you were there. You're pitching. You were the what's the word I'm looking for? You were the crown jewel that night. You were the entertainment. There we go. That was what I was looking for. You were the reason we were there. So just would love to hear some of your feedback as an entrepreneur, how that event, helped fuel you guys, is going to propel you forward. All the stuff that really just encapsulates the experience for you guys.
It's interesting. When we started working, Eric started working on CleanSpace.
The guy from the bathroom.
The Midnight
Revolution. Because of Baby JoJo.
Yes, the brains. So I don't develop anything. People think that like I had something to do with building CleanSpace. Like I don't program squat. So, I just get up here to say things. That's like my involvement. So when Eric started building this and people started hearing about it, like a lot of guys from Awesome, like, oh, you guys need a pitch. And we're like, early on, it was like, yeah, probably will at some point. It's obviously way too early. And I didn't realize how important it was going to be, because I have, over the last year, become more and more involved with the Awesome Inc. community. And I love this organization so much. And it was like a full circle event where it's like my introduction to Awesome Inc. was 5 Across in June of last year.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So that's how I like started even coming around. And so to go from there to all the connections, we were in an office out of this building, all these things, going to the Awesome Retreat and then pitching, it just felt like I had really fully, become part of this atmosphere, which is just meant a lot. So it was a heck of a time.
Well, sweet, man.
Yeah.
Well, I know you guys got a couple prizes. You got $500 cold hard smackaroo cashos, and then you got a potential safe note that you guys are gonna choose to take, maybe not. What are some of those funds gonna allow CleanSpace to do?
I mean, it's runway, so that's one thing.
That laugh. Cool. So it's some runway for you guys.
I mean, it's not like we're gonna go blow it over there in the
exactly.
Caymans.
Yeah, that's true. Well, not yet, at least. That's cool. Well, last thing, what's a goal you guys are hoping to accomplish? We'll say by this time next year.
Ooh, this time.
And it can be vague since you guys are still building out. I just want to.
Yeah, right now we're focused on.
Yeah, I was gonna say the end of this year.
Yeah.
We're looking to bring on at least 100 cleaning companies.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So 500 by this time next year.
I would say more than that.
Yeah, out of the park.
Honestly.
Okay, great. Hitting at least triple digits.
Yeah.
So, Eric and Aram, thanks so much for you guys. Proud of you, and more importantly, excited to see. You're welcome, son. Excited to see you guys compete in the December 5 Across Finals.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Thanks,
okay.
Garrett.
Thank you.
Dad, come on, dude. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for checking out this episode of Awesome Inc.'s podcast. And another quick thank you to Lee Rosevear and a few members from our community who provide the music that you hear in this show. Lastly, give us a follow on Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz. Or even better, come on down to our space. Come be a part of our community and get plugged in, and let's start something awesome together. You guys rock. We'll see you next time.